A billionaire was once asked how he managed his finances. People expected some complex system with algorithms and advisors. Instead, he said, "Every Sunday evening, I spend 20 minutes reviewing my numbers. I've done it for 40 years. That simple routine, not intelligence, not insider information, kept him aware and in control." It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? In a world where personal finance is often made to feel complicated, full of jargon, sophisticated strategies, and constant market noise, the idea that a 20-minute weekly habit could be the foundation of lasting wealth seems almost dismissive. Yet, when you look closely at how many wealthy individuals actually operate, you begin to notice a pattern. They are not always more disciplined than everyone else in every area of life, but they are often remarkably consistent with one routine, the routine of regularly checking in with their money. Have you ever noticed that many financially successful people seem unusually calm about money? They don't panic when markets fluctuate, they don't seem overwhelmed by bills, and they rarely appear stressed about financial decisions. From the outside, it can feel like they have some kind of secret advantage, perhaps a family office, a private advisor, or an exclusive investment strategy that isn't available to the average person. But the truth is much simpler. Many wealthy individuals follow a consistent, repeatable routine when it comes to managing their finances. A routine that keeps them aware, disciplined, and focused on long-term growth. It's not about being a financial genius. It's about being financially intentional on a regular basis. Most financial problems don't happen because people lack intelligence. They happen because people lose awareness. Money flows in and out of accounts every day. Subscriptions renew, bills arrive, investments fluctuate, and spending happens in small increments that rarely feel significant in the moment. When people stop paying attention, when they go weeks or months without looking at their accounts, small financial problems can grow into large ones. A forgotten subscription becomes a year of unnecessary charges. A slight drift in investment allocation goes uncorrected for years. A spending pattern that started as a convenience slowly becomes a budget leak. This is why many wealthy individuals follow a simple habit. They schedule regular money check-ins, often once per week, sometimes once per month. The key is consistency, not intensity. During these check-ins, they review their finances carefully, not obsessively, just intentionally. There is a difference between checking your portfolio every hour out of anxiety and sitting down once a week with a clear purpose. Let's talk about what this routine typically includes, because understanding the components makes it easier to adopt. First, reviewing spending. This doesn't mean tracking every dollar forever, nor does it require complicated budgeting software if that doesn't suit you, but it does mean taking a few minutes to understand where money is going. Many people are surprised when they actually look at their spending. Small expenses add up, subscriptions accumulate, and what started as an occasional convenience purchase can grow into a recurring drain. Reviewing spending creates awareness, and awareness allows adjustments. Wealthy individuals aren't necessarily frugal in every category, but they are intentional. They know where the money flows, and they make sure it flows in alignment with their priorities. Second, reviewing investments. Wealthy individuals don't check their portfolios every hour. In fact, checking too frequently often leads to poor decisions driven by emotion. But they do review them periodically, whether weekly or monthly, with a specific purpose. Checking progress, rebalancing if necessary, and ensuring that investments still align with long-term goals. This process protects their investment strategy from drifting over time. Without periodic reviews, a portfolio that was once balanced can become overweighted in one asset class, simply because some investments grew faster than others. A brief review keeps the strategy on track without inviting emotional reactions to short-term volatility. Third, goal tracking. Financial progress is easier when goals are clear. Saving for a home, building an emergency fund, growing a retirement portfolio, reducing debt. Goals give purpose to the numbers. During regular check-ins, these goals are reviewed, progress is measured, and adjustments are made if necessary. Maybe a goal was too ambitious and needs to be extended. Maybe progress is ahead of schedule and you can accelerate. Perhaps life circumstances have changed and priorities need to shift. Without regular check-ins, goals become forgotten intentions. With them, goals remain visible and actionable. These check-ins are not meant to create stress. They're meant to create clarity. There is a common misconception that looking at your finances will only make you anxious, especially if money feels tight. But what actually creates financial anxiety is uncertainty. When people avoid looking at their accounts, uncertainty grows, and the mind tends to imagine worst-case scenarios. But when finances are reviewed regularly, even when they aren't perfect, problems are noticed early. Small issues can be corrected quickly, and confidence increases because you are no longer in the dark. You know where you stand, and knowing where you stand puts you in a position to act. Many financially successful people also automate large portions of their finances, automatic investments, automatic savings transfers, automatic bill payments. Automation ensures consistency and reduces the mental load of managing money day to day. But even automated systems require occasional review. Direct deposit details can change, fee structures can be updated, or a savings goal might be reached and need redirection. Checking the system periodically ensures everything is still functioning properly and that your money is being allocated exactly as you intend. Automation without review is a set and forget approach that can lead to missed opportunities or small errors that compound over time. Another powerful benefit of this routine is intentional spending. When people review their finances regularly, they become more thoughtful about spending decisions. Instead of reacting impulsively, buying something in the moment because it feels good or because an advertisement made it seem urgent, they begin to ask different questions. Does this purchase align with my goals? Does it improve my life in a meaningful way? Is it worth the opportunity cost? These questions, asked consistently, create smarter decisions over time. Opportunity cost is the future value of money that gets spent today. It's one of the most underappreciated concepts in personal finance. Imagine spending $500 on something unnecessary, a last-minute weekend trip financed by credit, or a gadget that ends up collecting dust. That same $500 invested at an 8% annual return could grow to more than $5,000 in 30 years. That doesn't mean you should never spend money on things you enjoy. It simply means that financial awareness helps you recognize the trade-offs. When you see the long-term potential of your money, you start to spend more intentionally, directing funds toward what truly matters to you, rather than letting them leak away on things that don't. Compounding requires consistency. Regular investing, long-term discipline, and the ability to stay the course even when markets get noisy. The personal finance routine helps maintain that discipline. It's difficult to stick to a long-term investment plan if you never look at your progress, but it's equally difficult if you look too often and react emotionally. A weekly or monthly check-in strikes the right balance, frequent enough to stay aware, but not so frequent that you're swayed by short-term movements. Now imagine someone following this routine for years. Once per week or once per month, they review their finances, check spending, review investments, track goals, and make small adjustments as needed. These check-ins may take only 20 minutes, but the impact over time is enormous. Financial awareness prevents small problems from becoming large ones. It keeps your financial system running smoothly, much like regularly checking the oil in a car prevents engine failure down the road. Two people can start in the same place financially. Person A rarely reviews their finances, checking occasionally only when problems appear. An overdraft notice, a late fee, a credit card balance that feels out of control. Person B reviews finances consistently, staying aware of their financial system and catching small issues before they grow. After 20 years, their outcomes may look dramatically different, not because one person was smarter or had a higher income, but because one person maintained awareness and the other didn't. Another benefit that often goes unmentioned is confidence. When someone regularly reviews their finances, they understand their financial position. They know their savings, their investments, their progress toward goals. This clarity reduces financial anxiety because there are fewer unknowns. And financial confidence, in turn, allows better decision-making. Confident people are less likely to make panic-driven moves during market downturns. They are more likely to negotiate a raise, start a business, or make a thoughtful long-term investment because they have a clear picture of their financial foundation. Confidence and competence feed each other, and the routine is what builds both. Now imagine building this routine into your life. It doesn't require a financial degree or a large income. It simply requires a commitment to consistency, a short weekly check-in or a monthly review, whatever fits your schedule, just enough time to stay aware. Over time, the benefits compound. Better decisions, stronger investments, more financial progress. Eventually, something interesting happens. Your finances begin operating smoothly. Savings grow consistently. Investments compound. The financial stress that once felt heavy gradually disappears. Not because you suddenly have unlimited money, but because your money is no longer chaotic. It's organized, intentional, and aligned with your goals. You are no longer reacting to your finances, you are directing them. All because of a routine that wealthy people rarely skip. The habit of regularly checking in with their money. It's not flashy, it won't make a good headline, but it works. And that simple habit, practiced week after week, can quietly transform your financial future.